Hello visuals and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Pokemon Thursday, the day of the week we talk anything Digimon. It's so not funny, but I love it every time I do it. There's literally, quite literally, somebody in the window cleaning their window across the hallway from me recording this in my mum's room. I don't know what to do now. What do you do at this point? Do I just sit in the awkward and just be like, and sneak out? No, or I should dominate and say, this is my visual space. No, don't touch me there. This is my visual square. No, alas, it is time to talk more Pokemon Thursday. And we're going to continue the mini-series inside of the big series of my 10 favourite Pokemon from each region. I just realised as well I might have to exclude Galar because I recently did one of them not long after the Galar games come out. Unless I revisit and see if I've tweaked anything or changed any people about Pokemon. Well, we'll maybe see when we live for the last one. But we're going to continue that series. This time on the squeaky chair, we're going to be coming to the region of Sinnoh, the Sinnoh region, Generation 4. Tell you my 10 favourite Pokemon from arguably a contender. I don't think it is the winner, but a contender from the most popular generation. Platinum being definitely one of the most popular games amongst the fan base. I still don't think it's number one. I think most people would probably say Gold and Silver or maybe Heart Gold and Heart Silver. But it's definitely in the conversation. Shut up, squeaky chair. But yeah, we're going to talk about Sinnoh, my 10 favourite Pokemon of Sinnoh. So you there in the comments, most importantly, not most importantly, but of course importantly, most likely I should say, Jamesy boy, let me know yours, because I know there's a few ones in Sinnoh you've represented a few times, and you definitely dig a few boys from Sinnoh. So let us know how many we matched together, and you've been here the whole way, and you've also been here the whole little way of the mini-series. So shout out to you, James. I know you're watching this lovely little bastard. You must be weird as fuck to watch this though, pal. I need put down. But anyway, after saying that, here's my 10 favourite Pokemon from Generation 4, the Sinnoh region. Ding! Kicking off our list, I will say this one's a little bit cheap, because 10, 9 and 8 all have similar reasons. And to be fair actually as well, even 7 maybe. All kind of have similar reasons, but we'll get to it anyway. But kicking off at number 10 is Ryperia. Yes, and come back tomorrow as well, because we have 5 facts all about Ryperia coming up tomorrow on the channel. But yes, Ryperia, I love Rhyhorn and Rhydon. Absolutely amazing. I love that Sinnoh, I mean other regions have done it, of course they have, but I love that Sinnoh sort of extended an olive branch, added to the tree of some of the OG, most classic and iconic Pokemon out there. In this case, like I said, Rhydon and Rhydon, they extended it, different evolution ways and whatnot, and given us a new look and a fresh, it's kind of like a weird reboot for some of the old Pokemon, if you will. And they gave us Ryperia, and I love this big, sturdy, bulky, badass, amazing looking one. He's so fucking cool. He looks like, again, I say this all the time in this miniseries, he looks like a proper Pokemon. And again, hopefully people understand what I mean by that, but if you were into the world of Pokemon, he feels like he would naturally be there. He definitely fits and belongs there. I love Ryperia. And again, for similar sort of reasons, Electrovia. Electabuzz by no means being one of my favourite Cantonian Mons, and Elekid not being one of my favourite babies, but a baby I do really like. But again, extending on what we've already got from an established OG generation, this time being 1 and 2. And giving us an awesome Pokemon. But the main reason for this is Paul's Electrovia. I love the matchup we had with Infernape against Ash in the anime. And I just think Electrovia was the breath of fresh air the Electabuzz line needed. He's a super duper awesome powerful Pokemon I use quite frequently inside of my Pokemon Go Ultra League battles. I mean, I took a bit of a break from him because he can't really take too much of a hit, but he's a really handy, useful Pokemon. I enjoyed using him in the Sinnoh games myself. Amazing Pokemon, awesome design, building on history, ticks all the boxes. And again, similar sort of reasons. I'm sorry, I was here for day dot of Pokemon, but it's Tangrowth. And again, I really love something about just pure grass types. I love grass type Pokemon, and I've always had a soft spot in my heart for Tangela. Tangela's just always been this little bundle of joy for me. To see him get his little arms extend out and his little feet, but still keep his core identity of his design and how he looks and stuff. And again, one I've used not only in Pogo, but in the main games themselves. I enjoy using the Tangrowth. Love the shiny forms, because that colour, that shade of green is just my favourite colour. And it's the nostalgia aspect. He looks so different, but yet so similar to Tangela in so many different ways. Because there's not really a lot you can add. They just give him a bit more height and a bit more girth in the arms. But I love that, and I've always wanted to dig underneath a Tangrowth and a Tangela and actually see what its core, what it looks like. Hopefully it doesn't mean kill it, but I want to see what it truly looks like underneath. But Tangrowth, I love you, son. And it's Munchlax, introduced in Generation 3 though, wasn't it? But Munchlax, one of the newer-ish baby mons. How many baby mons have we had after this? I can't remember off the top of my head. But he's such a cool Pokemon. Anybody that's a massive fan of Snorlax surely falls in love with Munchlax instantaneously. Snorlax being way up there for my favourite mons. And again, building upon the foundations of OG Pokemon like Snorlax, Pokemon that I fell in love with years ago, and building upon it. Plus, again, Snorlax and Munchlax. We should talk about Munchlax because it's on the list. Absolutely amazing, absolutely outstanding design-wise, and again, he is quite handy and useful to use in battles just by having a Munchlax. You know, and the method of getting it felt quite relatively rare of how you found him and how you got him. It wasn't just your generic typical mon you could just stumble across. Yeah, I fell in love with his cute fat face straight away, so Munchlax had to make the list. Rotom, feeling like a motherfucking legendary that's not a legendary. Remember bumping into him for the first time on that little shitty TV and being like, oh shit, is this Ghost Electrics motherfucker? Yes, Rotom. We get more and more intrigued with Rotom because obviously we get him in his standard form, then we get all the other shenanigans, you know, with him being the lawnmower and all that shenanigans. And then later on being the Rotom Dex, then we get him as like the little phone, you know, turns into a bike and all this carry on. He's a really cool, interesting, and a very, 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 very unique Pokemon. There's no other Pokemon quite like him, especially of how they've adapted him with modern Pokemon. You know, being in the box and stuff, sending you Pokemon and jobs and whatnot, becoming a real day-to-day part of the Pokemon world and life in terms of the people living inside the world of Pokemon. Yeah, he's another little bastard I fell in love with. Again, feeling like a legendary, but he's not a legendary. He's not a mythical or anything like that. But he feels very special, and he is definitely unique. And it's such a small, simple design. I would love to see... I mean, you don't really need evolutions for him because he has looked like different forms, and there probably will be more forms in the future at some point. But it'd be quite cool to see a pre-evolution, like just like one little zap, or you know, something like that. I think that might be quite cool. But it might be shit. But going forward, I'd like to see that. But Rotom's on the list. It's Luxray, yes, one of the few mons. I want to say yes. Yeah, he's definitely been one of the mons that have been on the most Gen 4 playthroughs that I have. The whole line being amazing. Shinx, Luxio, Luxray. A lot of people disappointed that I didn't get a dark Mega Evolution, so being Electric Dark. He definitely fits the tone. And again, another one we got to see a lot more of its character inside of the anime when we got to X and Y and what's his name? The fucking Specky, I can't remember. Clement has a Luxray which we go along and we see the journey with. But he's such an amazing design. Getting a Shinx early on, you know, because you have your starter. I usually then get a Starly. I usually then have a Shinx. And then being like maybe the three main core members of my team, and it's usually Turtwig alongside them. Just being so amazing and badass. I fell in love with him straight away. I love the basic stage 1 and stage 2 aspects of Pokemon. I love it when they do a full evolution as opposed to just being on its own or a single evolution or whatever. But yeah, Luxray. Who can say they don't love Luxray? And if you do an Sinnoh list, I think he makes most people's lists. It's the pseudo Garchomp. The big pointy, you know, I've got wings, but I haven't, and I'm a land shark shenanigans. I love this whole theory about how Sharpedos turned into Garchomps. That's really fucking cool. Cynthia's Garchomp, Mega Garchomp being fucking terrifying, but it's Garchomp. I mean, what's not to love about this Dragon Ground badass? He is fucking amazing. Design-wise is awesome. Mega design is amazing. Storyline based when you see him a few times in the anime and whatnot, but him being an ace on Cynthia's team, and Cynthia being one of my favourite battles we have ever done inside of the world of Pokemon. A lot of people do struggle. Sometimes it can be hard. Depending on your team, it can be quite hard, but sometimes you can boss it. But I fucking love Garchomp so fucking much. Gibble, amazing. Up there with the pseudos? Yeah, yes he is. He's definitely up there with the pseudos. I'll have to do a new pseudo list, I think. I do really like Garchomp. But yes, everything about Garchomp since its introduction was amazing. Oh, we're going to get spooky and a bit creepy here. We're going to do a legendary. The box art monster for Platinum. It's Giratina, the devil Pokemon. Obviously, Arceus, godly, divine, banished his version of Satan to the underworld. The distortion world, being the Pokemon demon. But a lot of people, obviously, they speculate and they theorize and they say he's the antimatter, or is it gravity Pokemon? He is so fucking awesome. As a legendary trio with Dialga, Palkia, and then Giratina, so fucking amazing. Dragon Ghost, what a fucking combo. The distortion world, the adventures and the journeys you take on for the distortion world. Seeing him in the stories that they tell of him in the films and whatnot. The two different, you know, the origin form and thingy form, absolutely just fucking beautiful. Design wise he is outstanding. Feeling like a true legendary. I mean, he feels a bit more divine and powerful than Arceus, to me, that is anyway. Arceus kind of seems like just a pussy ass bitch in the corner, whereas Giratina feels like you're taking on this real, true, scary, demonic force. Imagine being in the distortion world, running around and he's swimming away, going everywhere. I fucking love Giratina, and again, I said it a few times on this list, but a Pokemon I fell in love with instantaneously. It's time for the regional bird, and it's Starraptor. Why? Because he learns close combat, and I love saying Starraptor, use close combat and just start fucking punching shit. I do it all the time in the house, so I'd just be such on my own, but like, Starraptor, use close combat, I'll just fucking have a fit. I love Starraptor, from his little emo comb over shenanigans. He is very close to being up there as... If my love for the Pidgey line wasn't so high, he would be my favourite regional bird. So fucking cool, strong, amazing, so handy. He is used in most people's teams. A lot of the times, the people think, you know, the regional bird's generic crap. I'm not bothered about that, but no, he must be a fair must for a lot of people's Generation 4 teams. He is so cool, so powerful. I fucking love him. And again, another Pokemon we fall in love with, I definitely fell in love with during Ash's adventures in the anime in Gen 4, when he had, you know, Starraptor, and then Starraptor. But like I said, Starraptor used close combat and fuck it. Oh. And as tradition, my favourite starter, being the grass types, it's Torterra. I love this big fucking grass ground badass, mountain wielding, tree carrying motherfucker. Remember Detective Pikachu? It's Torterra, yeah, it's my favourite Pokemon from Sinnoh. The Torterra guide and the Detective Pikachu, I was so happy. Because when they first revealed the trailer, I thought, what the fuck's going on there? Obviously it makes sense when you watch the film and stuff. I fell in love with that scene so much. I love Torterras. I love grass ground. I think it's such a cool type. And yes, not the strongest. Ice absolutely obliterates it and whatnot, but I freaking love it. I love having the Torterra in my Sinnoh journeys, whether I'm playing Diamond, Platinum, Pearl, whatever. The new ones that come out, I will be getting a Torterra instantaneously. Turtwig, I absolutely love. See the Chimchar line, all of it's pretty cool. Piplup line, I come back and forward as to whether it's amazing. I like it, design's cool, but something about it just doesn't quite sit right. I mean, yeah, it is wicked in that, but Turtwig is fucking amazing. And again, another Pokemon you fall in love with because of fucking Ash. Well, I did anyway. But yeah, Torterra, just something about these grass starters, always have and always will just fascinate me and catch my real passion and love for Pokemon because of the grass typing. And it's between flying and grass. It always goes back and forth as to what is my favourite typing. I want to say grass, but I think it's because I'm talking about grass. But Torterra, you are the worthy winner of my top 10 Pokemon from Sinnoh region list. Visuals, I can quickly cross all of this out. Cross you out, cross you out, cross you out. I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, sorry, I was crossing. There we go, visuals. That was my favourite Pokemon from Generation 4, the Sinnoh region. Let me know yours in the comments below, because visuals, Sinnoh gave us so much. Amazing team, amazing starters, amazing story, amazing legendaries, amazing box art. That it's just, and I do think these new remakes for the Switch, shining, the amazing, you know, pretty diamonds, pretty stones, shining rich people, jewels, gems, lots of beautiful gems. I think them games are still just going to be just as amazing. Even though there's these cute little chibi forms and whatnot, they're going to be fucking awesome, aren't they? I can't wait. And I think, like I said, I would think it's definitely fair to say that 95% of the Pokemon community all absolutely adore Sinnoh and the Sinnoh region and what the Sinnoh region gave in terms of, you know, a Pokedex. And what they gave us in terms of story. Bad guys, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, amazing games. Amazing all-round. A true feeling Pokemon game to its absolute core. They did a stellar job with it all. There's my 10 favourite Pokemon from Generation 4. Well, like I said, visuals, let me know in the comments below who yours is and all that shenanigans and all that carry on and whatnot. Yada, 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 yada. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up. Visuals, thank you so much for watching. More keeping it and game on out.